One, two, one, two. All right, let's roll.
Welcome. You're listening to the Saddle Up Podcast,
where we discuss everything related to UTRGV athletics, past or present. We'll catch up with old teammates, friends, and take you down memory lane
with exclusive interviews.
This is the Saddle Up Podcast,
the voice of your covered walkway streets. So dope.
This is gonna be awesome.
Stay tuned for new episodes every week.
From Bronx Village to the Fieldhouse,
we'll cover it all.
Hell yeah, dude. Kerrville, damn.
So saddle up and let's go.
Let's go. Saddle up, partner.
Hey, what up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Saddle Up Podcast. We don't know where you're at, but we know why you're here. Unc, what up, man? How you doing?
Uncle Chico in the house, and we're just really excited about this episode, man. We got a special person on.
Oh yeah.
He's somebody that I've looked up to ever since high school, man. This dude is the real deal from Brownsville, Texas. I'm sure you've probably heard from him if you like barbecue, you like food, you like all that good stuff, man. I totally forgot who was on, Matt. Remind me who's on.
Oh, we got Arturo Ramon.
The one and only Arturo Ramon, man. What's going on, Art?
Hey, we're about to get it cooking in this bitch. So yes, let's do it, man. I can't wait. We've been looking forward to having you on the show, Art.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna tell you, man. We've been trying to get Art on the show for a while, but he's been busy, and we'll get to that in a while, man. We definitely talk about what you've been doing and what you've been up to here recently, and why your job and what you do is so important, man. But we want to kind of start in the beginning, Art, and let everybody know, who you are. We know that you, from your social media and who you are, you're Texas Grill Master, man, right? You're the Texas Grill Master.
Yeah.
Was this self-proclaimed, or is this somebody actually?
Did somebody anoint you as the Texas Grill Master?
like pass on this name or the
Did they do the whole like spatula on the shoulder thing? Like,
that would be a cool story, but yeah, no, I got on Instagram early on, so I lucked out with that.
Very cool.
It started years ago, Brownsville, Texas. I remember, drinking beer with the guys and having to cook fajitas and stuff so they wouldn't get too drunk, and that's how it all kind of started, like. My dad was a fishing guide down there, and so we always hunted and fished, and so grilling was just a part of of an everyday type situation, So that's where it all started down there.
Man, so you say down there, and we are way down here, right? Next to South Padre Island, Brownsville, Texas. Some people might not want to grill outside because it's too hot.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm a pretty good grill guy. No, I'm not. I'm still burning burgers, Art. I'm still burning burgers.
Yeah, I can attest to that. I've had cheeseburgers recently. Yeah.
Speaking of, Art, how do do people come up to you and kind of ask you, from what you've done, and we'll get into what you've been on TV, you've been on certain shows and all that good stuff. And I think it'd be great for the people to know that you've been, what shows you've been on and all that great stuff. But do people do you get stuff on social media? Like, hey, man, how do you cook this? How do you make this? How do you make the perfect steak?
Do you get bothered on social media? Like, hey, you want to come do a podcast? Like,
I know all the time, 100%. But I enjoy it. I try as the the amount of people that are following you, send tons of messages and stuff. I try to answer every single one. Of course, a few of them get lost in there, but especially when people were asking me hey man, what do you do on a brisket, or what do you do on steaks, or what's your go-to? I really sit up and try to answer everybody, because I know people are they watch stuff that I do and other people online, and they get inspired to do something, and they might mess it up, and trying to let people know that that's okay. Like how many things I've burnt in my life, like you have to keep trying, until you nail it. Yeah. And then once you nail it, then that's your go-to, right? So I'm constantly getting messages about how do I do this, how to do that. I'm sending links of chimichurris and different sauces I make, trying to help people out. Yeah, but I just want people to get out there, because a lot of times it's not just about the food, it's the experience. It's the people you're with, the drink, the music. It's all of it. it's all of that's a part of the open fire cooking experience, a barbecue experience, and to me that's really important. You know.
Now, I have a question.
Yeah.
So obviously your business is grilling meat, right? Like whether it be a brisket or fajitas or whatever, right?
Right.
I want to know, do you buy a cow once a month and just be like, all right, I'm going to put it in the freezer and I'm just going to pull out whatever I want to, eat that day, like,
well,
what does your grocery bill look like?
Well, yeah, HEB, is go-to for me for like quick stuff. But no, absolutely. Getting to know your farmer, getting to know your beef is huge. I've got a few farmers that are local from Texas that I'll buy half a steer or quarter steer at a time. When you go, just for example, you go to a store and buy a little pack of meat, ground meat, there could be 500 or 600 different animals in that. And that just kind of grosses me out. You know what I mean? Like when you buy
Thanks for that, Art.
Thanks, Art. I got hamburger meat defrosted right now, Art.
Yeah, no. That's you got to know where your meat's coming from, especially if you're feeding your family and people you love. You want to make sure that it's
I gotta call my wife right now and tell her we're going out to eat. We're going out to eat tonight. I'm not making hamburgers. Yeah.
No, it's important. I think I think we get used to just you're not facing the animal. You're not harvesting the animal yourself. You're just grabbing a pack of meat and going. But you don't really know where that came from or who's raising it or what's in it. Or I think it's really important to kind of do your research and get to know your local farmers and support them. It might be $1 more a pound. It's not that much more, and you're getting quality beef.
Yeah. Speaking of quality beef, and it's about the experience, right? You just said that, man.
Yeah.
Matt was just complaining about me burning the burgers. I was trying to let him know that it's about the atmosphere, the compadres,
there you go.
The compadres, the companionship, and this dude just doesn't get it. He's still caught up. In
I totally get it, G. I totally get it. What I was saying is the atmosphere that you had me in was really, really smoky. So
here's the thing: is Art cooks his burgers outside. I cook them inside. That's where I messed up. All right. It was a cast iron grill, but still,
they were good.
I remember you eating a couple, bro. So I don't know. But Art, speaking of Matt eating a couple of burgers, what is your go-to absolute, man? Art, you came down to Brownsville. We're in the backyard.
What's
what do
your
you want to
comfort
make?
food?
What's your go-to to make, man? What would you make us if you had the perfect meal?
I mean, steaks, of course, and beef ribs are some of my favorite, but I'm a cabrito guy, dude. I like whole animals.
Oh, yes.
So, the best ones that I find are from Monterrey, Mexico. They're milk fed. They're raised, humanely, and they're harvested humanely, and they're little.
Yeah.
It's an animal that because it's a small little baby animals taste better, right? I mean, it's one of those things that you do it for a quinceañera or a wedding or like a special occasion.
Like special occasion.
You're not eating that every day. That wouldn't be really, really nice. But when it's done right, it's some of the best meat in the world, and you just need a little salt and pepper and a little tortilla and some salsa, and you'll have a private moment, with the food, So,
well, if it's anything to you, you are our goat, right?
I appreciate that.
Our goat. The grill.
We would not grill you. We would not cook you. We would not harvest you, right?
Yeah.
You're our goat,
Yeah.
So, now let me ask you this: give me a recipe for hot dogs. What do you do for hot dogs?
Oh my gosh, dude!
Man, my hot dogs are so. I do. Don't get me wrong. I would go to a ballpark, get you a chili dog and a cold beer. Totally cool. I have a hard time cooking those things. It's parts of the pig doesn't want. I get that, but my kids like them. So what I've been doing when they ask for them is I'll bacon wrap them to jazz them up a little bit, and then it gets kind of crispy. That's pretty good, but I try not to do too many hot dogs.
I'm just messing with you, man. I thought it would just be too simple for you. Like
it's the only thing. It's the only thing that Matt can cook, so I can understand your question, man.
I can cook the hell out of some beanies and weenies, man. I can do it.
Beanies, yeah.
Just cut those suckers up, man. Just put them in there with some beans. I got you.
Now I'm gonna try bacon wrap them and then cut them up and then put them in the beans. And be like, I'm gonna be like Art,
So I want to tell the people, and make sure that they're on notice. why we're asking you about all this food, all this grilling, why you're an expert about, on it. Just kind of boast a little bit about what shows you've been on. I think you've been on the Food Network. I mean, more, yeah. What have you been on? Where can they find you, man?
I've been on all of them. I have a Food Network, Cooking Channel, Destination America, Travel Channel. All those. I started about 10 years ago. I did a show called American Grilled, and all those producer people, they're all the same. Like so.
Matt is an idiot, dude. I know. I understand.
They're all the
These
same
people that produce the podcasts and the shows. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it just seems like after I did that first one, it seems like every year or two they'll ask me to do another one.
Yeah.
And I try.
So you're in the rotation, right?
Yeah. It's fun. I don't take myself seriously. I'm not a chef, right? So I'm not one of those kind of stuffy dudes. I like to have fun, drink some beer, cook some meat. So I think that kind of gets me back on these shows. So it's been a lot of fun. I met a lot of great people doing all that. So it's been, you've got character, man. You know what I mean?
Have you won any of those shows,
dude? Yeah.
I won Smoked. Manfire Food was just kind of like showcasing what we do. The last one I did was a barbecue brawl with Bobby Flay. They just finished airing it. I got kicked off because the challenge was bougie barbecue, and I'm not going to put edible flowers on my food, man. So they kicked me off.
Nice. You stood up.
Okay.
Stood up. You're just like, I ain't putting no bougie shit on my barbecue.
So Art, I told my wife, right? Oh, we're gonna watch the show. It's Art, man. Art's on it. He's been posting on Facebook. We gotta watch it. So we watched it, man, until you got kicked off, and I said, "Screw this damn show, dude." When was the last time we watched it? When you got kicked off?
That's hilarious. Yeah. But let me ask you this: so, like, obviously, you stood up for your beliefs, right? I'm not putting edible flowers on my barbecue, right?
Yeah.
And it's television, so they have to be, they've got to be dramatic or whatever, right?
Right.
But when it was done and the cameras were off, did Bobby Flay be like, you know what? I'm proud of you for standing up for your recipe, or did he just like, come on, dude, what are you doing?
No, Bobby. Don't get me wrong. Bobby Flay is a really, really nice guy, but he's like, in other words, he's there to film, get the hell out of there. There's not a whole lot of time for, he get to know you very much. I talked to him just a little bit. There was about 10, 12 cast members, so it wasn't, it wasn't a whole lot of time to chit chat with him, but that guy's all about business, man. That guy's just boom, 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 get out of there.
Kind of like that. Yeah.
You didn't get any credit for standing on business. You're like,
yeah.
Well, you got all our respect, man. Don't put any edible flowers on some beef.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Don't do it.
What's the favorite person that you've kind of ran into that people would know that you were like, wow, man, I met this person. You know what I mean?
Besides Matt and G on the podcast.
Well, I mean, when I guess it's been a few years when I did Smoked with Myron Mixon. To me, like Myron Mixon is like the Michael Jordan of barbecue, right? Like
there you go. Yeah.
He was hosting the show, and I remember, he was trying to show me something on his phone about some barbecue. I was just staring up at him and like a little fanboy, And I think that he was like, "Hey, Arturo, over here." But sorry, dude. I just wanted to hug the guy.
You just wanted a hugging.
Yeah, he was really cool to.
Okay, so So if there's one person, we sometimes ask this question, right? Like if you could have dinner with, a table full of people, and who would be at the dinner, right? Well, I'm going to ask you this. If you had the opportunity to go back in the backyard with a couple of beers and grill with anybody that you wanted to grill with, whether you've known them or you don't, who is that person that you just want to just sit back and
it can't be Matt and G, or
can't be Matt and G. Like we're already coming, but
okay, cool. If you guys are already there, then for me it would have to be Malman, Francis Malman, because he's like the king of open fire cooking. He has a love and a it's a romance with fire, and the way he describes it, and the way I've learned so much from that guy, just watching his videos, and comes from Patagonia, then he went to train in France. He's a chef, but it's the way he's patient with fire, and how fire is like it's the first ingredient, it's alive, there's a mystery behind it. Just something about the way he interacts with that that I look up to, and I love to
Francis
cook with him.
Mohammed. Okay.
No, Momin, yeah, Momin.
Francis
Momin.
Momin. Okay.
Momin, yeah.
Francis
Yeah.
Momin.
Yeah, he's
Cool.
fantastic.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So you would say that other than Francis,
Yeah.
Matt and me and Matt would be like
Oh yeah, you're right there.
the next two guys, right?
Next two, yeah, 100%. You'll be there with burgers and hot dogs. Yeah, we'll be there. Yeah.
No, dude, if you're cooking, Art, I'm fuck the hot dogs, man. I'm dude, I would be mad if you served me hot dogs. I'm like, dude, where are the steaks, bro? Like, where's the burrito? Like, come on, man. Jeez, you know?
So you're a Valley guy, man. True, right? I mean,
Right.
what does the Valley mean to you, man? There's so many things going on right now, Art, in the Valley, like UTRGV football. Can you believe that?
I know, it's awesome. Yeah.
You play football at St. Joe, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean,
we got some. I got some other questions for you now.
I'm not
Art.
coming in. I'm not coming in. I'm not trying to be Uncle Chico right now. I know what this guy's thinking.
Yep.
But you know what does that mean to you, man? To represent, like, every time you do something, every time you go on a show, every time you do something like what you've been up to, and we'll talk about them a little bit. What does that mean to you to represent Brownsville the way that you do, man? Well, it's such an honor, isn't it?
Absolutely it is. I mean, because we grew up there. A lot of my family's still down there. And it taught me a lot, growing up down there. Back then it was a huge grilling culture, right? There wasn't so much barbecue like brisket. Now there is, but back then it was a lot of carne asadas and fajitas and steaks and
especially on Sundays when the Cowboys play, right?
100%, man. There's fires going on all over the neighborhood, and that's just a part of
smell it. Yeah.
Yeah,
you could. You go into any neighborhood, you can smell it. Yeah.
For sure, yeah, and that just being a part of that and trying to make everyone proud, just trying to take that on to the next step, is important to me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. What is the next step? What do you?
Yeah.
What is next for Art, man?
Yeah, no, I mean, in 2020, I bought some property out here in Wimberley in the Driftwood area, kind of by the Salt Lake Barbecue, and I bought a few acres with the intention of opening a little brick and mortar, kind of like a little meat shop / general store where I could a little bar, you could have a little beer and open fire cooking. But then COVID hit, right? And so we kind of put the brakes on that. But during that time, my catering business really took off. And to be honest, I'm still kind of riding that catering. We do 2 or 3 events a month, it's keeping me busy. But now we're in talks, with a couple of investors that want to open a restaurant with me. I've been wanting to do it there in the Wimberley area, but there's other opportunities out by Fredericksburg, Willow City, stuff like that. So in the next 6 to 8 months, something's going to happen here. It's going to be really, really fun.
Well, when you open it, let us know, and we will
Absolutely.
be there.
Absolutely.
Can we do a live Saddle Up podcast?
Hell yeah!
From your place?
I'm all for that. All for that. But the problem that I think we're going to face, G, is that we're going to be we're going to be so inundated with food, and we're just going to be eating. We're not going to have time to do a podcast because no one wants to hear us talk with our mouths full, right?
We're definitely not going to want to work, for sure.
But yeah, we're definitely not going to work. Yeah. So
we'll figure something out.
Crazy. What's crazy is that there's a restaurant, Michelin star chef in Baja in Mexico, just on the other side of the border, Tijuana area. Or south of Tijuana, and they basically, he cooks on an open flame, and it's just hay bales.
Oh wow! And
somebody, everybody, you make a reservation, you come, and you don't order food. Yeah, like you eat what he's cooking that day. And it's a Michelin star. So I don't even know if it's brick and mortar. It's like hay and dirt. So. It's one of those things where, if you can imagine it and people want to experience, your cooking, you can serve it however you want, And
if it's good, people are going to come. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
It is.
That's right.
Yeah. I know G and myself will come. Now, I will bring my wife, but you don't have to worry about her because she doesn't eat meat. So, it's all good. So it's more for me and G.
Oh my goodness. He does not eat meat. Okay. Hey, make sure. Yeah. We've talked a lot about, especially when we talked about the baby goat, you probably want to edit that from your wife. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll grill some veggies too. We did some mushrooms.
Hey.
So do you just
There you go.
specifically like do beef, or do you kind of like, do you want to branch out and do chicken or fish or things like that?
I do it all. I mean,
you do it all. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I have a killer octopus, grilled octopus. I've got whole animals. We're known for whole
Now,
animals.
when you grill an octopus, do you have to have 8 pits going on at one time so you can
No.
just like, and you're just in the middle and it's just barbecue in the legs? Like, how does that work?
You just gotta get a small 2 pounds. That's where you want it, and anything bigger, it's a little chewy. Yeah, but yeah,
But one of those giant squids, like 8 grills going, one leg over here and one leg
one here, one over there. Yeah. Yeah, we do it all. We do seafood, wild game, whole animals, whole pigs, whole steers, whole cabritas.
Have you ever barbecued alligator?
Yeah, we did alligator for
wow. Yeah.
we cooked it with rattlesnakes in his mouth.
Wow.
Yeah,
So check out
tell them to check out the Instagram. You can see all that stuff.
Well, plug your Instagram. What's your Instagram?
How can people find you?
Master. Yeah, Texas Grill Master.
Texas Grill Master. Okay, we're gonna follow you. Okay, Texas Grill
Everybody's
Master.
Everybody's gonna follow you after watching this podcast.
Yeah.
Everybody in the world.
How do people get in touch with you for your catering business? Do they hit you up on Instagram, or is there a phone number?
Yeah, you can. Also, the Blanco River Meat Company is our catering business, and we also have an Instagram for that. And that's how you go BlancoRiverMeatCompany.com, and you can see it. We build menus for clients. We do all kinds of stuff, and you can see what dates are available because we get booked out, way in advance. But that's how people can get a hold of me.
I've got one more question because we're running short on time, and I know G's probably going to want to ask his questions, right? That we always end the show with. But
yeah, absolutely.
There's a lot of talk in the Austin area about, there's a particular barbecue restaurant there downtown, and I'm not gonna give them a shout out because they don't pay our bills, right? But they have people waiting in line at like 7 a.m. until they open so they can get this this barbecue, right?
Right.
Do you guys kind of know each other, and when you see each other in the street, is there no pun intended, is there beef? Like,
no.
Is
like,
it like, hey,
Anchor,
there goes
like
Franklin? Like, like watch out, like Bloods and Crips. Like, how does that work? Like, there's got to be rivals.
There is rivals. What he's doing, and what some of those barbecue folks are doing. It's brisket, ribs, chicken,
sausage,
sausage, turkey, right? That's their wheelhouse, and they're killing it, and they're doing a fantastic job, right? And they're doing 16-hour cooks. That's why they run out, that kind of stuff. It's fantastic, I do that, but I also do a whole lot of the things that they don't do, so that's what kind of separates me from the traditional just barbecue. Because, for a wedding or whatever, we'll do barbecue, but you want to do a whole cow, we can do a whole cow. You want to do, like I said,
now, since you know him.
Or veggies.
Right?
Or veggies.
Veggies,
Or veggies, right? Or veggies. Since you know him, can you hit him up and be like, yo, I'm in town, like, can I cut the line and get some meat? Like, how does that work?
I don't know him like that. I've cooked with him in advance and stuff like that, but I wouldn't. First of all, I'd never ask him to do that. I'll wait in the line if I really crave that, But there's so many other places that are just as good, in my opinion. That you don't have to wait that long. Yeah. But a lot of times, I'll take people come into town and really, really want to try that. So it's the whole experience. You get there early and get some beers in you and sit down.
So if it's not your cooking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you recommend in Austin? For the best
Nowhere.
No, if it's not his cooking, like if he doesn't feel like cooking,
it's only Art. That's it.
Where are you going? Where are you taking them?
If I'm looking for barbecue in Austin, I really do enjoy La Barbecue. Allie and Leanne, God rest her soul, she passed away a couple years back. They have some fantastic barbecue. I've cooked with them for certain events and stuff. And then my boy Ernest out in Seguin doing the burnt bean barbecue.
You know that guy?
Oh nice. Yeah. He's amazing, and he kind of blended that kind of Mexican barbecue thing, and like on Sundays he does like all kinds of dishes that are remind you of, you know, Brownsville, actually run you home mixed with, you know, it's fantastic. You know, there's a lot of great restaurants and cooks in Central Texas.
You know, I grew up in Bastrop, and so they had this famous barbecue
We're
restaurant.
sorry about that.
Yeah, they have this famous barbecue restaurant in Lockhart, right?
Yeah.
I think it's Black's, right?
There's Black's, there's Kreitz, there's Smitty's, there's a few of them in Lockhart.
Yeah. Well, back when I was growing up, it was Black's.
Okay.
I never got to eat there as a kid because Lockhart and Bastrop were rivals.
Oh, okay.
So we couldn't go to Lockhart without, like, you know. So for years I had heard about Black's, and then I never got to taste it. So yeah.
That's good.
Shout out to my Bastrop people. I stay loyal, you know.
Nice.
The Bastrop, the gangs of Bastrop.
Gangs of Bastrop. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. Carrying around little rubber bands and the papers, and y'all.
There you go.
Oh, I got a whole nother story about Bastrop and Lockhart for a basketball
it's okay,
game.
man. We want to hear.
Yeah, we
Art.
got to
Okay,
get. We got to keep talking to Art.
Art, man, we do. I do want to make sure that we wrap up with the things that you did, man. Recently, I know there was a tragedy that hit Kerrville, but what did you do, man, as a civil servant, and how did you provide services to those people in need at that time? Yeah.
Well, I mean, everybody heard, you know, the floods in the Kerr County area, you know, on July 4th, you know, it was brutal. And we had a flood, not in terms of loss of life, not as bad as this, of course, but in Wimberley, you know, so I'm familiar with that. And that night, I couldn't sleep. I was just kind of haunted by those camps, those little girls, you know, you know, being a parent, you know, there's something about children, you know, any loss of life is bad. When children are missing, it just messed me up. I didn't know what to do. And I was, you know, and I just took off, man. I'm the type of guy who needs a plan, you know, all this kind of stuff. I just took off, like $600 worth of meat, and just went to, and I searched in Kerrville. Everyone was kind of blowing me off. And then a state trooper told me, "Hey man, have you been to Center Point?" I said, where is that? And it was a volunteer fire department. I ended up there the very next day. And I said, "Y'all need food?" They're shoveling mud out of the building. And they said, "No, you want to help us shovel some mud?" So I helped. And I lit the pit, slept in the truck the first couple of nights there, just started feeding people. And that in Center Point, I did 21 days straight, you know, and we fed over 17,000 meals there.
That's phenomenal.
And I had through Instagram and stuff, people like donating money and things. So I still had about $4,000 left on my Venmo. And I had to come home. I was exhausted and had to come rest a little bit. So I rested for about 4 or 5 days. And then I talked to the fire people up there at Center Point. I said, "Hey man, I've got this money. I'm going to get some gift cards. You guys, you know, maybe you can give to the families or whatever." And they said, "Well, Arturo, it would be really cool if you could come back and go to Hunt, which is a little bit north of where those camps are, and start cooking there." So I went back and I cooked for another 21 days over there. Jeez. And I served another 12,000 meals there. So we were right under 30,000 meals in about 42 days of cooking, you know. And it's just one of those things you feel a part of the community. And it's like, I'm not a search and rescue guy. I'm not that, but cooking is my wheelhouse. And I learned that a good home cooked meal can make you feel good about, you know, about your situation.
Strength. Yeah. My parents live in Kerrville, so they were affected, right? But they're probably gonna. Mom listens to the show all the time. She's probably gonna kick herself in the ass that she didn't take Dad to go get some barbecue, right? But that what you did for them to feed that many people, you gave them strength. Yeah, you weren't out there search and rescue, but the people that you were feeding, you know, it gave them strength to continue on and do their job. You know,
you use your talent, man.
Yeah. That is a blessing, Art. You were a barbecue angel. You were a barbecue angel.
That's what it is. Hey, Texas Grill Mouth, you're a barbecue angel, man.
Yeah.
That's
yeah. You might want to go get that Instagram handle now, and I won't charge you for that one.
Check it out.
Hey, but Art, man, we really appreciate you being on, and I'm gonna wrap up with one last question. This is the question that we ask. It's a dang good question. We give away gift cards from Wing Barn. So Wing Barn gives us gift cards. They're here in the Valley. They got 10 locations all across the Valley. Mr. Bobby Signs, thank you for hooking us up for our guests. So when you come down, we'll hook you up with Wing Barn, Art, and then
Nice.
maybe you can cook for them, right?
Yeah.
But we'll hook you up with some gift cards, man. These are damn good questions. I'm going to ask you one because
Okay.
this is my favorite question out of it. All right. What would be the title of a movie based on your career, man, on your life, and who would you want to play you?
Yeah.
And you can't say Rip from Yellowstone, okay? 'Cause I know you can't.
That's what I'm. That's the vibe. That's the vibe you're cooking right now. I get that
title?
Rip vibe from you. Yeah.
What's the title of your movie, man?
We know
What's
it
the
ain't
title
Bobby Flay. You know?
No. I think the title of the movie would be like Open Fire. In a
Oh,
world.
Oh,
Yeah.
open
And who's
open
playing,
fire.
Who's playing you, man? Who's the actor? Yeah.
Fucking Adam Sandler. I don't know.
How about Danny McBride, dude?
Very good.
Danny McBride. Can you
Perfect.
imagine Danny McBride over a barbecue pit? Like, that would be nuts, right?
He's playing Art Ramon, man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Little eastbound and down action, right?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you know?
I can hear the promo now. In a world where one man and his open fire grill, starring Danny McBride. That's fantastic. Yeah.
Based
That's
on
great. We're gonna
true
make
story.
that happen. We got to make that happen, man.
We have to
We're
make that
we're
happen.
gonna
That's
reach out.
amazing.
We're gonna reach out. Hey, send this clip to Danny McBride.
Yeah, we're gonna
If you're
try.
watching this.
We're gonna try and send it via Instagram. See if he bites. Be like, hey, I'll greenlight that project right now. Let's do it. Yeah.
Cool.
Art, man, we really appreciate you being on.
Thanks,
I know
guys.
you're a busy man. Thank you for everything that you do, man. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being down to earth, man. You've done so many things for the community, for your community. And Brownsville community misses you, but we know that you have
He's got things cooking.
Man. You got things cooking, man, every day.
Hey, before you leave, how can they find you on Instagram, Art?
Texas Grill Master.
Texas Grill Master, and how can they find you for the catering biz? What is it?
BlancoRiverMeatCompany.com.
BlancoRiverMeatCompany.com. Texas Grill Master on Instagram. Art Ramon, you are a friend. You are a gentleman. You are a griller extraordinaire, and you are welcome back anytime you want to come back. But next time you got to bring meat, man.
I'll do it. You tell me when. I'll do it.
Okay.
And a couple veggies, man. All right.
Couple veggies. All right. Take care, Art. Till next week, guys. Settle up, baby.
Settle up.
Like, we weren't supposed to come up with something this clean. Like, something happened.